What's up YouTube, it's Decklists TCG here and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. Today we're talking about the results of the Atlanta Regionals, one of the biggest regionals over in the US, and it's post-rotation as well, so this data is going to be super useful if you're still playing cups, if you're still playing challenges or upcoming regionals, because the race for the World Championships is still on. And the first post-rotation tournament was won by Chao. That's right, he's dominating regionals. It's crazy. It was done with Gardevoir EX. Believe it or not, after rotation you might think this deck is that, well, they innovated onto the draw power by including N's Zoroark EX, so kind of crazy. We're going to be checking out the top 16 deck lists today, as well as the analytics, making sure that you know which decks converted better than others. So if you guys are excited, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Only takes one tiny second over time, but does help out the channel tremendously, and I'm forever grateful if you would do so. So without further ado, let's dive into some data with the deck analysis for day one. Dragapult EX being the #1 deck in town. You will also see that in the top 8 conversion rate. Lots of Dragapult around. Also, and day 2 it did really well. So Dragapult EX, and it's all because of that little Budew, right? Let me know in the comments if you are pro or against Budew, because there has been some controversy going around with Budew and the item lock. Itchy Pollen, very, very strong indeed. But yeah, Dragapult EX, whether you're playing with Dusknoir or just a straight build with maybe a Blood Moon thrown in there and an unfair stamp, it doesn't matter. Dragapult is very strong, and it proves its point here that it doesn't lose too many cards after rotation. Second most popular deck in the room was Gholdengo EX. Drawing cards seemingly good. We did lose Radiant Greninja, but we have other replacements like the Dunsparce, for example. So yeah, Energy Search Pro put Gholdengo already at the top tables, but now it is like the most, one of the most successful and most popular decks around. Then we have Raging Bolt. Slowly but steadily adapting with the Noctowl engine sometimes. So third most popular deck in the room. Then we see Terapagos Noctowl, mostly played with Bouffalant and some tank ability. So there's that. And then we have, just behind it is going to be Ogerpon Box. So lots of Noctowls around, for sure. And then we see Archaludon EX. So Archaludon EX with the Poison package, mostly. Sometimes people are playing with Hobbs Double, but the most popular build is with the one with Poison. So what happens in Atlanta Regionals with the Day 2 meta? Here we see something crazy happening. So what do we see? Dragapult EX actually skyrocketed all the way up to 27% of the meta in day 2. Actually given a statement to itself that it is the BDIF in the room. We also see that Gholdengo was converting quite well, and we did see a lot of top players navigating towards either Dragapult or Gholdengo, so maybe that is the reason. Terapagos Noctowl also did better than its other version, the Ogerpon Box deck, so that's very peculiar. And then Gardevoir EX is back. That's right. Gardevoir EX, after rotation, you might think we don't have refinement, what's going on? But a lot of great, successful Gardevoir players adapted and innovated by including N's Zoroark EX as the main draw power. So very, very crazy to see. Archaludon also did reasonably well, and then we have the Ogerpon Box, just behind it. So that is the day 2 conversion. So if you can take a look at what happened here, we see that Raging Flop did its thing again. Seemingly, that seems to be happening all the time. Raging Bolt, very popular in day 1, and then boom, it's gone. Very interesting. Gardevoir took its place, and that's about it. Very, very interesting data for sure. So we're going to be checking out the results. You're going to be seeing the top 16 deck list in this video. So we're starting off Chao. What a crazy tear. Look at that. First place in San Antonio. First place in Baltimore. So in just one season alone, 3 regional victories on its name, and just by playing Gardevoir alone, he is just the best Gardevoir player, I would say. So let's take a look at the 60, right? This is what you want to see. Gardevoir EX paired up with N's Zoroark EX. So let us take a look at this 60. So we do see a 3-2-2 line of Gardevoir EX. That is nothing crazy. You still can, of course, evolve into Kirlia. There's a couple of rare candy, 2 of them in the list. And the list also makes sure you can play stuff like the Morty's Conviction in a format where people are playing Area 0 under dab. Area 0 under that being part of a Raging Bolt, being part of something like, for example, Terapagos, Ogerpon Box decks, and even Flareon decks. We're also going to be taking a look at those. So interesting for sure that we do see 2 copies of the Morty's Conviction. So you do see Morty's Conviction, Professor Research, but this Morty's Conviction also really helps out to discard your energies. That's your main goal here. 7 Psychic type energies, 2 Darkness type energies. And there is a very strange 1-2 line of Ens Zoroark EX. Zoroark, a little bit easier to find, and you can raw draw into an Ens Zoroark EX a little bit easier because there's 2 copies of that in here. So very innovative deck list. Secret Box, also part of the Gardevoir deck, and that allows you to, of course, dump some energies from the hand as well and get everything you want. Supporter, tool card, stadium, as well as an item. So there's even a Budew in the list. Lily's Clefairy EX as a very great counter against Raging Bolt, as well as Dragapult EX, and I think that's probably the reason why Raging Bolt did not do well, because everyone had the Clefairy technology to even go crazy, so that makes sense. Munkidori is still part of the deck, 2 copies, and also 2 copies of the Darkness Energies to coexist with that. And there's even a Jacques in the list as well to get your evolutions flying out. So cool 60. I wonder if people will be navigating towards this 60. I also see the Professor Turo in the deck that could also get rid of your liabilities. Think about Lily's Clefairy, Mew EX, Phazandipity, or even get your Gardevoir EX out of play, which is something they did to just get a 1 prize board state. So very genius list for sure. Henry Chao here with innovating on Gardevoir EX. Then we see Andrew Hedrick. I actually was having the honor to play against him, I think it was at EOIC if I'm not mistaken. So very, very cool. We did tie at EOIC, but very, very skillful player. If you don't know, check out his resume. He's doing incredibly well. So this is Dragapult EX with the Unfair Stamp package. So we do see Hawlucha in there for the snipe because if you are able to use that flying entry, you can even knock out 70 HP Pokemon on the bench in combination with the Phantom Dive. There is a very crazy tech, the Luxurious Cape. Luxurious Cape can turn your 1 prizer into a multiple prize Pokemon, and with a high amount of Arven in the list, you can fetch your tools quite easily, and that can also turn Budew into a 130 HP monstrosity. We did see a lot of Budew action on stream as well, and this list also comes back with 2 copies of Jacques, so it is technically prepared for other item lockers doing the same thing against it. So we still have a 2-2-1 line of Dusknoir for some Curse Blast action. Curse Blast in combination with Flying Entry of the Hawlucha and Phantom Dive can definitely be a lot to sweep the entire field. And it is all around Budew. You slow the opponent down and then swoop their entire field. So very strong deck. And you do have that late game Blood Moon Ursaluna to just go crazy and slap that 240 damage, which is sometimes a little bit difficult to pull off with only a Phantom Dive of 200 damage. So no crystal, sparkling crystal, but instead it's gonna be the Unfair Stamp in this 60. You do see, look at that, in the top 8 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Dragapult EXs. This is going to be another list played by Tanner Hurley. We did see here in this Dragapult 60, there is the Genius Genesect with the Ace Nullifier being able to shut down Ace-Pack cards. Think about Prime Catcher, Unfair Stamp, all of those Ace-Pack cards all shut down if you have a tool equipped onto your Genesect. There is no Dusknoir in here, but there is, of course, a couple of Luminous Energies thrown in here as well, and even a Munkidori of yourself to go a little bit crazy with Adrenabrain, because Munkidori is just that powerful of a Pokemon. We also see the Defiance Band in here, and EXP share, and more copies of Arven. So yeah, a little bit different, definitely because you have the Energy Search as well to even get your energy out. Not prepared for item lock because there's a lot of items in here, but you do have the Genesect as a unique bonus here. So interesting for sure. Moving forward, there is Ceres Jones, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. So Dragapult again. Let's see what this 60 is coming packed with. Oh, this is actually very interesting because there is the exact same 60 was played by also Ceres Jones as well as Sebastian Lashmet, which we're going to be taking a look. So this is actually the 4th and the 6th place all together here. So a very successful 60. We see the Brock's Scouting. We see double copies of Jacques. So this list is prepared for mirror matches and item lock as well. Also comes back with Crispin, which I am a big fan of in Dragapult EX, definitely because you are playing that Unfair Stamp. You don't have the Sparkling Crystal to just go Arven, get the candy, get the Sparkling Crystal and start attacking. So a little bit more emphasis on Crispin because you are playing the Unfair Stamp, which I am a big fan of. There is the Munkidori and the 1 copy of Luminous Energies. People have been experimenting with Luminous Energy left and right in Dragapult, as you can see here as well. Flying Entry Hawlucha also making its way here, and no Dusknoir in there. Then another Dusknoir variant with Aban Ahmed with the Dragapult, Dusknoir, and this actually is the same list that Andrew Hedrick played. So we have 2 successful Dragapult lists. Either you are a fan of Dusknoir or not. Let me know down below in the comment section if you are pro or against Dusknoir and the Dragapult deck. Note to self is that we do get a Dusknoir counter in the form of Psyduck. I just hope it is going to be printed in Destined Rivals. Otherwise, we're gonna have some more Dusknoir action in the coming months. Okay, then we do have, yeah, we had 2 copies of that. Yeah, perfect. So we have Orlando Karam with the Dragapult. It's gonna be with our Gardevoir. Yeah, another Gardevoir in top 8. So 2 Gardevoirs altogether. This one is playing the Brilliant Blender over the secret box. Also, you'll have to find a way to discard those energies. No Ends Zoroark EX in here, but just a consistent build with 3 Monkey Dory, 3 Darkness energies, the Brilliant Blender, and lots of research in here. So a little bit straightforward. Also, 3 copies of Bravery Charm could definitely help your survivability if you're up against a water Ogerpon, so a Wellspring Ogerpon, because with Bravery Charm you can slash your rolls on the bench up to 120 HP, or actually the one in the active, so you cannot get like double KO'd, which is very awesome indeed. So yeah. Gardevoir very successful, and Dragapult. It seems like rotation did not do anything against those decks. They are still thriving. Keaton Gill with Terapagos Noctowl. Okay, this is the Terapagos build. Very unique because you do see that Volcanion in the 60, allowing you to just burn the opponent's Pokemon if it's in the active position. You do come back with free retreat because of Latias EX, and with the Bouffalants in here, your Terapagos becomes a 290 monstrosity. Put a Bravery Charm on that, and you're heading into the 340 HP category to get one-shot, which is kind of crazy. You have Crispin as well as Glass Trumpet to get some energies into play, and with Pidgeot EX you can get any card you want. The cards that are very good in here is like Professor Turo, because if you don't get one-shot, which happens a lot, you can just pick it up and put it back into your hand. We see here a couple of energies here. There's a Monkey Dory, so that's why there's some Darkness energies in here. You also see the Psychic energy, and that's gonna help out if you want to use Crispin combos with your Lily's Clefairy to deal with Dragapult or Raging Bolts for that matter. So as you see, Raging Bolt did not convert too well into the day 2 meta, and yeah, people had answers. The Lily's Clefairy was there. Most of the time you start with 1 prize Pokemon, and that's why Raging Bolt did not convert all too well. But this is a cool 60. I love the Volcanion because every single time something gets knocked out, you can promote this and then burn the opponent. And another cool thing is that with Prime Catcher, you can burn and then, yeah, you can promote your Volcanion with Prime Catcher, burn the new active, and then retreat again with Latias EX. So that's also a cool combo. So, you can also do it with Turo, by the way. You can make the opponent burn and then Turo it up. It's also possibilities for sure. So Terapagos, interesting that Terapagos has been doing too well. There's no Dusknoirs in here. I personally thought that was obviously the best play to be playing Terapagos, but yeah, the more defensive build won. Then we have Bodie Robinson with Gholdengo. Let's check out this Gholdengo 60. What do we see here? There's a 1 prize Gholdengo in here, and that's typically used to actually deal with stuff like Mimikyu, stuff like, for example, what else could be annoying? Something like Cornerstone, by the way, could also be something you can deal with the Gholdengo, because you can easily get the Gholdengo back if you have some more Gimmighoul's on the bench, so you can strike it back, slap some damage, and then do it again the following turn. This Gholdengo actually slaps 120, so you can 2-shot Cornerstones, which is really useful, definitely with 2 copies of Night Stretcher and the Super Rod as well. So it's the one-off Gholdengo in here. We also see Monkey Dory, which can be really useful if you get damage onto your field, to just put it up back onto the opponent. There's 2 Darkness energies to make that happen. 2 copies of Lightning energy as well, because sometimes if the opponent slaps down Levincia Stadium, you can use that as well. So that's why there's 2 copies of the Lightning energy in here. The TM Evo is very good because with Arven you can get your Gholdengo EXs out in no time. There's a Turo in the list, and with the Cypher Maniacs code breaking, you can put any 2 cards you want on top of the deck. How powerful is that? So Gholdengo getting a top 8 placement right here seems pretty cool to me. So you might think, oh, Limitless does not have the rest of the decks. Well, that's where you're wrong. On this channel, you get the information lightning fast. So we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming site here. It is at ptcgstash.com, where we have some more deck lists. So let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is going to be Keaton Gill. which actually, yeah, we already taken a look at that. So yeah, that was the top 9, by the way. So that's cool. We already have a top 9. And now we're going to be taking a look at the 10th place. Grand Manly seems to be having a lot of bad luck not converting. They actually was downpaired to a Flareon. And yeah, they did not like that a lot. So let's put this over here and take a look at the 60. So let's see. Gholdengo right here with 2-2-1 line of Dragapult EX. So it's a little bit of a combo. Also 2 copies of Psychic Energy in the 60 and 2 copies of the Darkness Energy in the 60. So very, very cool list. Also comes back with the Vengeful Punch, which is used to be a Gardevoir counter. And also could set up some math and other matchups. For example, if something attacks you or actually knocks you out, they get 4 damage counters, which is super useful. And also against Pikachu EX, by the way. If a Pikachu EX one-shots you, they get damage, so you can Revenge KO. So has some usage. The Vengeful Punch, we did test that out on the channel as well. 2 copies of Counter Catcher if you do fall behind. Crispin, of all things, to just power up a Dragapult EX out of nowhere. Dragapult EX with Monkey Dory. So yeah, these are very powerful cards, and they have been splashed into the Gholdengo 60. Okay, moving forward, there was a Sylveon Noctowl deck by Jonathan Means. We did see that on stream. We don't have the 60 quite yet. Maybe we can look that up. I don't know if they have Twitter or not, but it would be super cool to already have this 60. If not, it will become available soon. It was a Sylveon deck. Very, very cool to see. So maybe if we just take a look at Sylveon EX deck. Or was it more focused on Flareon? There has been some crazy decks going around. So latest decks. No, it's not available quite yet, but that's cool. It will be available over at limitlesstcg.com. Then we have Isaiah Cheville with Archaludon Brood Bonnet. Let's do this. Very funky meme. They were able to donk 5 times during the weekend. So that's kind of impressive. Let's take a look at the 60, right? What do we see here? We see a 3-2 line of Archaludon EX. We see double Brood Bonnet, double Patcharant to Poison. Actually to Donk, because if you're able to have the Brood Bonnet Poison combo, there's like 3 Poison Prolicious Jungles out there to have the full combo going so we can donk people. There is the Squawkabilly, definitely in combination with the 4 Carmine, really works out to donk people. There's a Secret Box, also can help to donk people for sure. We have access to Latias for free retreat, Phasandipity, Patcharant to put yourself in the active position and poison yourself, and then a Blood Moon and even Budew in the mix. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Nazball, 3 Pokegear, 3 Night Stretchers, 2 Earthen Vessel, and a Secret Box. A little bit straightforward. We also see a Kieran in there. Not only this allows you to switch around, but also could slap you 30 additional damage against an EX, which could be interesting. 2 copies of Iono, 3 Research, 3 Ball. So yeah, consistency all around. So Poison Archaludon. Test it out for yourself. We did test it out on the channel as well, and we were able to actually donk on the very first time we actually tried the deck out. So very strong. What else do we see? Hunter Smith with Terapagos Noctowl. Let's see what this Terapagos Noctowl was able to perform here, or actually was playing. We see triple Terapagos and even Cornerstone Ogerpon EX in the list. Very useful against specific archetypes for sure. The triple Bouffalant. We do see 1 copy of the 80 HP Hoot Hoot. 3 Bouffalants is actually very good, as mentioned. Definitely with the Bravery Charms, as mentioned. Putting yourself to 340 HP. If you are able to use Turo at one point, it's going to be ridiculous. And then the support Pokemon Latias, Mew EX, Phasandipity, and Lily's Clefairy EX. There's even an energy switch in here, which I really like with playing the Noctowl build. Is like you can go for something like the Glass Trumpet and then E-switch it instantly, so you can attack with Lily's Clefairy. Love 60s like this. And also the Cornerstone probably helped them out a bunch. Monkey Dory also part of the 60. Alright, moving forward. What else do we have? Rowan Stavanov with another Dragapult. Let's see what this Dragapult has to offer. This Dragapult is playing no Dusknoir, it is playing the Genesect. And I think we also see the Hawlucha in here, yeah. The Hawlucha also part of the plan. EXP share could help for back-to-back Dragapult EXs and a triple counter catcher with 2 copies of balls. So a little bit of the stuff we've seen before. Lots of tool cards in here. So there has not been a lot of Jamming Tower, and Lost Vacuum has rotated, so that's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, we've seen stuff like this before, so cool to see Dragapult just dominating this event. We have Preston, Redledge with Archaludon, Brood Bonnet. Okay, let's go. Is this the same stuff we've seen? Squawkabilly Latias. There's a Relicanth in here, which we didn't see in the previous list. Also a tree line of Archaludon, so a little bit more sturdy. And I think this list is playing no Carmine, but instead going for the Arven. Arven can instantly find a tool, and with Squawkabilly you can then go through your deck. And there's also the... Is it the Trolley? The Precious Trolley is in the 60. Okay. Precious Trolley, pretty interesting. Their playmat is also a blast from the past, right? So true research, true thorough, lots of energy. So yeah, Poison Archaludon, also doing well, 2 placements in the top 16. And then we have Terapagos Noctowl with Asher Johnson to finish out that top 16. And what do we see here? So Bouffalant in the 60 with Terapagos, also the Cornerstone in there, so pretty similar to the stuff we've seen. And there's the Precious Trolley to go wide on your board and then attack for huge damage with Terapagos. So yeah, what can we conclude, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I personally see here that if we take a look at the day 2 conversion rate, maybe that's the easiest thing to take a look at, to just have yourself a summary. Dragapult EX will be the deck to beat in the upcoming events. It is very strong, has all the options, whether they're playing with Dusknoir or not, doesn't matter too much. Dragapult is just that powerful of a deck. We have Gholdengo doing well, then Terapagos Noctowl, so those 3 are the most performing decks, and I would say Gardevoir and Archaludon as well. Ogerpon Boggs deck, also no top 16 placement, so it was maybe a little bit overhyped or overtacked with stuff like Vengeful, the Vengeful Punch. And also with poison stuff, you can also deal with Pikachu. So I guess the deck was countered a little bit. And the most underrated deck, the Gardevoir deck, was able to take it all down. So that's very awesome to see. So let me know in the comment section how you feel about the meta going forward from here on out. Which deck will you master at your upcoming event? I want to hear all your stories down below in the comment section. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, let me know by rocking it. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video, where we're going to be testing out Henry Chao's first place winning Gardevoir and Zoroark EX deck. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. With that being said, be sure to check out the sponsors as well. They are currently on the screen. We have dragonshield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZAPDOS5 and get 5% off your order. TC Evolutions for your damage counters and ability tokens, 10% off using the coupon ZAPDOSTCG. PokemonStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get them with instant email delivery, so you don't have to wait for them at all, and you can easily copy-paste them into the program of TCG Live, which is totally awesome. And then there's cardmarket.com for European players, where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZAPDOSTCG to help support the channel. Thanks again for watching today's upload, and I'll be back tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG content. Stay fresh. Peace.